The curse of the Manananggal. The town of San Isidro was peaceful by day but feared by night. Rumors swirled about a Manananggal, a horrific creature that split itself in half, growing bat-like wings and hunting under the cover of darkness. People whispered that something lurked in the Whispering Woods, a dense forest at the edge of town. No one dared venture there after sunset, especially pregnant women, who were said to be the monster's favorite prey. One evening, Miguel, a young farmer, walked through the fields, heading home. The sky was turning crimson, and the trees cast long shadows. He gripped his bolo knife, his father's old weapon. Though he didn't believe in creatures of the night, he still felt an eerie presence around him. Then he heard a rustling in the trees. A shadow moved, but when he turned, there was nothing. He took a deep breath and quickened his pace. He needed to get home before nightfall. The next morning, the townsfolk gathered near the market. A new woman had arrived in San Isidro, a stunning beauty with long black hair and piercing dark eyes. She introduced herself as Isabella, saying she had come to work as a healer. Many of the men admired her, but the elders felt uneasy. There was something about her. Something off. Her skin was too pale. Her smile, too sharp. Miguel, curious, watched her from afar. She met his gaze and smiled a smile that sent a shiver down his spine. That night, a pregnant woman named Aling Rosa screamed in her hut. Her husband found her trembling, pointing at the window. "Wings. I saw wings," she gasped. But when the men searched, there was nothing. Only the scent of something rotten lingered in the air. The following nights, the attacks worsened. Several pregnant women reported seeing a shadow outside their windows. Chickens and goats were found ripped open, their blood drained. Miguel knew something had to be done. He gathered a group of men, armed with bolos and bamboo spears, and they patrolled the village. That night, as Miguel walked past Isabella's house, he noticed something strange. Her door was slightly open. A gust of wind carried the scent of something foul. Curious, he stepped inside. The house was dark, save for a single candle flickering on a table. Then, he noticed a set of footprints leading to the back door. But only 2 feet had left marks. Then he saw a torso. A human lower body, standing upright near the window, motionless. Blood dripped from where it had been severed at the waist. Miguel staggered back in horror. He had found the truth. Isabella was the Manananggal. Miguel ran back to the village, shouting for the others. "The Manananggal. I know where it is." The men grabbed their torches and weapons. The elders instructed them, "Find the lower half. Smear it with salt and garlic. It cannot reattach without it." As they rushed to Isabella's house, a piercing shriek echoed from the forest. The sound sent chills through the men. Looking up, they saw a winged creature, flying against the moon. Its eyes glowed red, and its long tongue dripped with blood. The Manananggal had returned. Isabella, or what she had become, dove toward them, claws outstretched. The men scattered as she slashed through the air, shrieking in rage. Miguel rushed inside the house, his heart pounding. He grabbed a sack of salt and crushed garlic and threw it over the severed torso. The flesh sizzled and burned. Outside, the monster screamed in agony. It flapped its wings frantically, trying to retreat. But it was too late. It could not reconnect. The men charged, striking with bolos and spears. One man threw a torch, setting the creature ablaze. The fire engulfed it, and it let out one final, unearthly wail before crashing to the ground, writhing. And then falling still. By dawn, only ashes remained. The town rejoiced, believing the nightmare was over. Miguel became a hero, and life slowly returned to normal. But days later, a woman from the next village arrived in town. She was beautiful, with long black hair and dark eyes. And when she smiled, Miguel felt the same chilling sensation crawl up his spine. The curse of the Manananggal was not over.